All to please join the session on time. Okay. So yeah, maybe we'll start the session max by 7:05 from tomorrow, and we'll try to end up with maybe 8:20 or 8:30 based on the topics coverage and the process discussion. Okay. Well, depends on that. From able to see the screen, all of you. Yeah.
Yeah, we are able to see the screen.
Well, thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. So far, two sessions had happened. So those are like introduction sessions. Anyway, recording is already available. Who is new to today, please refer that. And in case any challenges, just let me know in the tomorrow session. So we'll discuss on that. And whatever the topics which we are covering on particular day. So whenever you guys do practice, in case any challenges, always, you can just send a screenshot or issue description so that we'll try to fix that. That is one way. And otherwise, next day in the session, you guys can raise your challenges so that first 5 minutes we are gonna spend on that. If everyone is good, then we'll move on the topics discussion. Okay, that way we can plan. So yesterday we have discussed all these points. Let me recap in high level. So how the training approach, like we are gonna do end-to-end configuration for one country. In our case, we are gonna do for US. Okay. So still it is not started. Just we have discussed all the points, and also how would be the job opportunities for Oracle financial function. Why we need to choose, and all we discussed. And also role hierarchy means like how the role hierarchy, like what different positions which we have, what would be the experience range, what different positions which we have. So this is how we discussed yesterday. So like trainee starts with trainee consultant, associate, consultant, senior, lead, associate architect, project manager, delivery head, then like cluster head, then later maybe directors, then CEO. That would be the process, the approach or on hierarchy. And also what kind of support we are going to provide, like resume preparation once you are in a situation to understand the processes, if you are good enough in confidence to attend the interviews and all. So we are going to prepare resume as well as the practice URL we are going to give, whatever the URL which are going to use for our training sessions, the same will be shared to you. And whenever you do practice, in case any challenges, if you blocked somewhere, we are going to provide you the support, as well as all the recording sessions will be shared for your reference. Okay, that would be lifetime access, but you can able to just view that. You cannot able to download the recordings. And offerings, like what are offerings which Oracle Cloud is offering, out of which financial is one of the offerings, under which what different options which you have. We have already discussed about that here. And also the how to enable the offerings once you subscribed with the Oracle, how to enable that, how to check that which are offerings are enabled that particular client, and also how the roles and responsibility comparison between EBS and cloud, how it was earlier and currently how it is, and how the application looks like, how the home page looks like, what different options which you have, what different ways to navigate, what is functional setup manager, and how to search the task, how it is differentiate from EBS to cloud. And also we discussed user creation, how many ways we can able to create a user creation, what is implementation user, what is employee user, how to recognize or how to identify which user is employee user and which user is implementation user in detail by taking examples. In yesterday's session, we have already discussed. Please go through that. In case any challenges, please let me know, or else we can discuss in the regular sessions. And mandatory roles, what are mandatory roles? What is the significance of that? If I assign the role, what feature is going to be added? Like example, application implementation consultant and IT security manager and the employee, why we need to assign all these three roles, everything which we have discussed in detail. Yeah, and what is the use of LDAP jobs also? We discussed like lightweight direct access protocol. The main purpose of the running the LDAP job is to synchronize the roles, whatever the roles which are assigned to the users. To get all the features should be available with that respective user. So far, so clear. Are any questions? All of you, please.
Yes, sir. So far, so clear.
Well,
Clear, sir.
well. Okay, as I said, initially I said, so please be proactive. Please be interact more. Try to raise as much as questions. So that would be, that will give some kind of confidence to you also. Okay, how to, so don't consider that it's a training. Okay, just consider that you're working in a real-time world. How to raise the queries and all. If you start doing that kind of exercise from today, it will be helpful for you once you start working in a real time. Of course, most of them are already working employees, but still wanted to get that kind of confidence. So please try to raise queries. Don't think about is that question right, wrong, does not matter here. Everyone is here to learn. Okay. So we are discussing all the financial module topics, right? Everyone is here to learn. Okay. Keep that in mind and raise that. Okay. Don't think what are the things to here we are to learn. So definitely don't think about all that. Okay. That's what just my suggestion. Okay. Whenever I do that, I follow the same thing. So this the same way I just wanted to convey to you. Well, next, we are going to talk all this initially first till by 7:30 we'll try to complete this, and later we are going to start with the actual configuration. Well, okay, project creation. Basically, in EBS we don't have a kind of concept like project creation and assigning the project to the user, assign the offerings to the projects. Okay, basically this feature is not available in EBS because that is on-premise, so we don't have option. But when it coming to cloud, this feature is introduced. This will be helpful for the manager to track the information. Of course, rather if you wanted to maintain in the system or else if you wanted to maintain like in Excel, what are the configuration we're supposed to do? Like, mention the owner name, who is going to do that, and delivery date and status, you can track it. Either of the ways you can track it, either from the system or else from the your Excel sheet. Okay, well, let's go ahead and define the project. How to define the project? Go to your setup and maintenance. This is our user. Okay, just go to here. Manage implementation project. The moment if you log in here, you can see these many are the projects which are all created under this instance. Can anyone answer why I can able to see these many projects here? What is the
This is
reason?
the test environment.
Perfect. The test environment. We can see lot many. Once we created ours, that will be available here. Once you start doing practice from your end also, the project will be available here. Okay. The project, whatever which you created. So here we can see lot many. Okay. But when it coming to real time, how many projects can you able to see? Once you start
Only the projects pertain
One
to
or two,
particular
whichever you want.
entity. So here.
exactly. Yeah. Whatever the clients which they are gonna use, only those many projects can able to see that. Okay. Right. Of course, if you wanted to navigate from either project or if you wanted to navigate from your FSM page, does not change anything, guys. Process wise, everything is gonna be same. Okay. Only this is also one of the way to do that. Of course, it's not mandatory even so far. I've worked 6 clients, but so far it's not mandatory. But I will show you how to create that. Okay, some few clients are maybe they may ask you to create. So you should not be in a kind of assumption that how to create and all. Okay, for that reason, I'm trying to show you. Just say add it. So as I said, we are going to follow one naming convention. Whatever you do, you just follow one naming convention, because if I use a different naming convention for each activity, it will end up with n number of different naming convention. For me, it's very tough to remember all that. Okay. So I always follow AUGN underscore 1 means like A is just I'm giving a indication like a because if I give a some B, C, D, that will show in the last. Okay. For that reason, alphabetic name A is I'm giving. UG is like, it's training, and just I'm giving like as a underscore 1. Okay. This is the naming convention. And the moment once you create any project, by default, it will be assigned to this particular user only. In case if you wanted to assign this project to any other, for example, you are creating, but this need to be assigned to your project manager. So just query the name and you can search it and you can just modify that. For example, let's take whatever the name. Okay. Okay. In case you wanted to assign to this user, you can go ahead and assign. We can able to do that. Okay. This will be editable field. Of course, for example, today the project is initiated. The project is going to be end with this end of this year. If the person to whom this is assigned, if in case if she or he left in the middle, so maybe that you can update the other person name. Okay. But if you wanted to assign any project, that user should be available in the system. From where we are going to create a user? We are going to create a user from your
Security console.
either security console or else from your manage users or else from HCM page. Okay.
So I have one question. We cannot assign this project to multiple user.
No, we cannot assign this project to multiple users. It's a single
Okay.
person. One person, either project manager or else maybe senior consultant or else maybe a lead kind of thing can be handled. Okay.
Okay. Got it,
Yeah.
sir. Thanks.
Yeah. And here, if you wanted to put a some finish date, for example, if I put a finish date as today, it does not mean that the project is completed. I cannot able to do any configuration. It's not like that. Just these are the just basic fundamental things we need to update. Okay. So based on understanding, for example, if the project is, agreed, this can be ended by December 31st. Just assume that. We can just update that. Of course, it's optional field. Okay. No need to update that. Okay. If you update if today's date also, it does not mean that you cannot able to move on. Just whatever the date you wanted to enter, you can enter that. Okay.
Is
Here
it
this
mandatory, sir, to create
no,
project?
that's what I'm saying. It's not a mandatory. It's not a
Not mandatory.
not a
Okay.
mandatory. It's just so far I worked for almost 6 clients in cloud. They never use the project. They directly go ahead and search the task and create from the FSM page or from the global search. Okay. Just say save and close. The moment once you save and close, here you can go ahead and save and open project and you can assign the offerings. That way also you can do, or else just you can say save and close. The moment once you save and close, this will be available under our total projects list. Let's wait for a minute. It's going to take time. See here. Okay. This is your project. Status is not started and who is updated and the date is created and all you can able to see from here. Here, okay, we are using this test instance. Today we created, hence we can able to see from here because it's the first we have created today, hence it is showing. Tomorrow, once you guys started doing practice or you or some other people, if they try to add the projects, our project will go somewhere else in the down. Same like how it is showing in the down, same way that will be moved based on the creation. How to search that in case you wanted to particularly go ahead and search. You can just go ahead and search with that. This way you can do searching the project. Okay. Or else directly just click on overview. The moment once you click on overview, only that particular project you can able to see. Just wait for a moment. See here, the once I click on overview, why this is showing only one? Because with this user,
For particular this user, we have assigned only one project.
one project, exactly. For this user, we have assigned only one project. Okay. Just click on that project. Here, under this project, what you wanted to do that. For example, if you wanted to create this project for financial, if you wanted to create another project for SCM, if you wanted to create another project for HCM, you can go ahead and do that by assigning the offerings. So I'm creating for our financials related. How to add our offerings under financials? Just say add it here, financials. Can I able to add multiple offerings to one project? Yes, I can able to do that. See, sometimes for HCM, for SCM, for financial, for any other offerings, the manager would be, delivery head would be one. Maybe in case if you wanted to tag or if you wanted to assign that particular project to delivery manager, yes, you can go ahead and assign that. Or else project manager may available for each offerings. Financial can be handled by some XYZ. SCM can be handled by some ABC. Same way HCM, same other offerings like FH and all. So different person can be mapped, right? So that way also you can create a number of projects and you can map with by assigning the respective offerings. Here I have assigned offerings like financials. Just click on this. Under this, you can go ahead and see. These are all different offerings which, these are different options which are available under this financial. You can see banking, fixed assets, everything. So let me show you, for example, guys, there is no difference at all. Either you wanted to do from FSM, either you wanted to do it from global search, or else either you wanted to do it from project. Either of the ways you can able to do that. Okay. These are different ways you can go ahead and do your configuration and work on the issues. Okay. For example, manage chart of accounts. I'm just querying one of the task. Okay. Knowing the task is one of the important area. For example, manage chart of accounts. Let's just say manage chart of value sets. Okay. So here, manage chart of account, just search with that. I can see here value sets. See, if I navigate from here, this will be directed to same page. If I navigated to from here also, same page. Or else if you wanted to navigate from global search, see here, everything is going to be same. Does not matter who is the user is doing, this user. From this page, we have navigated from FSM page. This we navigated from your project, and other way around, we can go ahead and do it from your global search. There are multiple ways to do that. Okay. Knowing all this configuration, like steps, different navigations, it will be easy for you. In a chart of accounts, as I said, whenever you guys are going to search any task, the spelling is going to be very important. Let's go ahead and search that. See, everything is going to be directed to the same page. Either of the ways you can do that. This we done from project, this we done from FSM, this we done from the global search. Okay, well, let's come back here. Just say save and close. Okay, this some we are seeing some blank. Okay, sometimes we see some issues in the test instance. In that case, just again go back, go to here, manage implementation project. Just say overview. If you see, if you click on overview, the assigned projects can be available with this user. Okay, just say overview. Or else if you wanted to directly click on this user also, you can click on that. Sorry, this project also, you can click on that. So here, the status, you can see here, edit option. In case if you wanted to update the status like in progress or completed, you can just go ahead and update that. As I said, this will be editable field later on, maybe 1 month, after 2 months, if the person is changed or the responsibility is going to be assigned to someone else, you can come here and you can map that. Okay, just say 7. Time being, I'm putting as in progress and assign to this person. Start date is this. This is the code. This is the name which I'm using. Okay. Well, under this financials. So, for example, all the configurations, I wanted to assign this task to someone else. For example, under financials offerings, there are 2 consultants or there are 3 consultants which are supporting for this project. How to do that? Just come here. If you wanted to assign the each task wise also, you can assign that. For example, if you wanted to assign task, just say, you can assign the user to whom you wanted to assign. Okay, you can search with the name and you can go ahead and just say apply and done. So the person name will be available here. Okay, the person name means.
So actually, we can create the project. Project manager will be one only, but team is multiple, so that we can assign the task to multiple people. However, the
Exactly.
project remain on the one person. Correct?
Correct. Project manager would be one, and you can assign to n number of people, which
N
who is
number
gonna
of people.
do, yeah, who is gonna do which activity
Yeah.
and
Someone is going
so
to do AP. Yeah. So he is from the
yeah,
AP team.
correct. Yeah, this is how we can able to. In case if you wanted to, for example, if you wanted to understand more on, so cloud, what cloud is gonna do? Cloud is really is very helpful. Okay, who is not having at least proper idea on each area, so just you can come here and just click on this question mark. So it will help you define the common configuration setup such as users, enterprise, HR. So setup here, import data. If you wanted to go ahead and search with your manage help context. Okay, setup import data here. 1 second. Just click on this. Once you click on this, you can able to go ahead and look for that. Okay, what is the use of that and all. By referring this, you can understand the concept of particular activity. Okay, what is the purpose of synchronization users? This one. Okay, where is that? The different common options, right? Yeah, you can see. Setup import and Oracle something where common options, global enterprise. Okay, let me query with other user.
Sir, exactly where do you click? Actually,
Yeah,
okay, help. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
help. Just once
Mhm.
you click on
So,
help, it will be
okay.
directed to this particular area, and you can go ahead and refer the document. Okay, predefined help change
Okay.
status, add help. 1 second. Manage help. This is batch run. Basically here we can able to search that most of the areas, for example, implementation user, that shall be available. Okay, predefined help, no data display. 1 second.
So until EBS R12, we have about this application, something like that on top of the
Exactly.
corners. SAMS.
See here, additional access required. Example, in case how this is gonna be. Okay, few of the things which are not updated here, you can see additional data access required. What is the purpose of this and all? You can just come here and you can just see the which role is gonna be do which activity and all. You can see here. For example, if I assign the cash manager, this person can able to perform all this. The corporate card administration user can able to add all this. Okay, that's how you can understand more on, because here we clicked on the activity called the role for implementation user, who is going to do what and all. Okay, this is how we can able to see all the details from here. Okay, well, same way, if wanted to assign the procurement also, you can go ahead and add that. Example, I'm taking procurement. If you wanted to see the moment once you select the procurement, what exactly the procurement is going to cover? configure everything. You need to manage the procurement process, including requisition, PO, and supplier negotiation. All these are part of procurement. When it coming to financials, for example, if you wanted to search with the financials, it's already mapped, but I'm trying to search that. If I click on apply, it will show that it's already, see what is going to cover under financial. You can see configure how you manage financial flows, which are includes assets, means fixed assets, ledger, cash cycle, invoices, payments, account receivable, collections, and setup and maintenance. Setup and subledger of accounting and tax configuration. So means these many modules are going to cover under that particular offerings. That way you can understand that. Okay. Well, this is how you need to create a project. You need to update or you need to assign the task. Okay. Once you complete that, see here, once this is updated, okay. So here, for example, if you wanted to see here, in case you wanted to add, remove any edit status and all, also you can able to perform here, okay. Different activities which you can able to see here. In case if you wanted to freeze something, you can do that. In case detach is in the sense like another, this will be open in this format. Rather having a small window, you can just detach, means it's gonna be increased so that you can able to see better. Okay. Well, this is how we can able to create your project. End of the day does not matter for you if you are doing from project, if you are doing from FSM, if you are doing from global source. That you need to understand. Okay. Well, just say done it. Just again, you can go ahead and see implementation. If either you wanted to click here or else you can directly go to overview. So here, if you see the not started, in case if you configure anything, you can able to see the total statuses here. Okay. Assign task, it's showing 1 here. Assign to whom, and the status is like in progress. Total tasks which are available under which financial, you can able to see 1567. So here, this you can able to see the statuses and all. Okay. This is like, some kind of graphical information. Okay. Kind of chart information. You can able to see that. Okay. Is that clear, guys? Project creation and the usage and hoping in case any questions, so maybe just we can talk or else let me move on to the next topic. Okay. Okay. We have discussed project creation, how to assign to the user and how to annotate it, how to update the statuses, how to assign the offerings. In case you wanted to remove the offerings also, you can able to do that. Okay. For example, if I wanted to remove these financial offerings from this particular project, yes, I can able to do that. In case if you wrongly attached, you can able to do that. This is a kind of play, whatever the way you wanted to play, you can just update that. Okay, next. Version. How shall I know the application version? Currently, which application which we are using? As I said, different versions which we are having, right? 13.1.3 and 23D, 23, 24A and all, right? So the version, release version. Come here, go to this user and come to your application, about this application. If you see here, Oracle application, this is development framework, this is a DB, okay? And here you can see here, okay? This release 13 and 24. You can able to see here. As I said, right, 24A is released. Okay, now 24A currently. Remember, every quarter it is gonna be released. Okay, that latest changes and all. Based on the feedback from the customers, they are gonna update and they are gonna release the latest version with the updated changes. Yeah, 24A. This is something 11, they are maintaining some sequence. Here 13 would be our release and 24 would be your version and 1 is nothing but your A. Okay, here 24A. Means latest version is 24A 13. In case if someone asks on which version you trained on, maybe the 13 version, and how the release can happen. Every quarter releases can be happen for 24 year, 2024, next year, 2025, 25, and first quarter, 24A. From April to June, 24B. September to, July to September, 24C. 24D would be last 3 quarters. Remember, this can be followed by US calendar, not Indian calendar. As you guys are aware, Oracle is a US based product. Okay. Means the primary is the headquarters, everything managed by the US country from US location. Of course, we have a Oracle organization in India also, different organization, Bangalore, we have Hyderabad, we have, okay. So kind of subsidiaries. So they're maintaining what Oracle is going to do. So there are n number of customers in the world. So Oracle is not at all going to manage to do all the kind of configurations or support everything, right? So what Oracle is going to do, Oracle is going to issue the license to example Wipro or Tech Mahindra or Tech TCS or IBM. So they are going to issue the license to all these big companies, maybe some small companies also. They are going to give a license, means yes, they are, of course, before issuing that license, Oracle is going to check some kind of validations. Once they feel that okay, these guys can able to manage, so that they are going to issue the license. So by having that, they can go ahead and they can go ahead and search for the projects based on the actions whatever in the market, okay, competition. They are going to get a projects, and that way people will be recruited for that company, and they are going to work for that particular projects. Okay, that is how the total Oracle process works. If you go for Oracle directly, for example, for services, Oracle is going to be, Oracle is going to be charged bit huge compared with all other vendors like Wipro or TCS or Tech Mahindra or Accenture. So for that reason, even other clients also going to other companies, because these are also branded companies. Of course, they are going to provide the better services, having good manpower and expertise in all the areas. For that reason, all the companies rather going to Oracle, they are coming to other vendors as well. Okay. This is how we can able to check the version. Is that clear, the concept how the Oracle process works and how the vendors are gonna be get the projects and all? So of course, everything it's gonna be one approach we need to follow. Same way here also, it's gonna be applicable for your Oracle projects. Okay, well, geographical information. Geographical information is, this is something, let me show you one thing that, let's say, done. Manage locations. Okay, just try to create it. Okay. So here, if you see the zip code, I'm taking some example, okay? Search it, search. Okay, just I'm taking some number, okay? Here, geographical information is one of the important area to know as a consultant, where, for example, when I try to query the zip code example here, just some 6 number, right? Which come, just take that. Just say, okay. Okay. The moment once I select this, all the state, city, county, and all, it's going to be available. For example, if you don't want to do any validation, for example, if I enter some unknown number, example, what system is going to do? System won't accept that, because the geographical validation is one of the important area to understand. Okay, I will show you where that can be enabled. Let's come to the application. Where is that? Yeah. Go to this global search, manage geographies. Let's come here. Basically, geographical information can be happen from multiple ways. So if you wanted to do that geographical information, yes, you can go ahead and define that. That is by default, whenever you subscribe automatically, that can be managed by the vendor, in our case, Oracle. In case you wanted to particularly manage on behalf of your organization, yes, you can go ahead and do that. That is also possible. Or else what? Other third party systems also. For example, Vertex is one of the third party system. They are going to manage the total geographical information. In case you wanted to give this kind of activity to third-party vendors, yes, they are going to manage that and they are going to interlink to this application to third party so that all the details are going to be updated automatically. Either of the ways, whatever Oracle is updating, if you wanted to follow that, yes, you can go ahead and follow that. No need to do anything. Automatically, Oracle can be taken care. Whenever the releases are happen, in case any changes on the city names or in case any, for example, Telangana state bifurcation happen. So if you wanted to do that, obviously that can be happen from the either if you wanted to do that manually, yes, you can go ahead and do that, as an individual, yes, or else anyway Oracle is going to taken care all the updates and all anyway that is going to taken care either of the things like either you do or else Oracle once that is updated whenever they are going to release so automatically that can be taken care in your system also in the sense in your application also because this maintained by the vendor, correct? The cloud application is going to be maintained by vendor. Whenever they are going to do the releases, automatically that can update it. Otherwise, what takes example I'm taking, okay? Otherwise, you wanted to give this to third-party system, third-party vendors, they are going to take care all this, okay? In case any changes, in case any updates they wanted to update, so they can update and they can migrate to your application. That way also, we can go ahead and do that, okay? Let's go ahead and search with the country called United States. Or else you wanted to give a state short code also, you can give that. Let's give short code like yes. Just a search it. Okay, it's already searching. Just wait. These are all some fundamentals, guys. Okay, before starting your any configuration, these are all some fundamentals should know. Okay, see here. When I search with yes, yeah. See here. This G coding defined and all means here you can see here. Let's just decoding this one of the like kind of enablement. Okay, address clearing means basically here just once you click on that you can able to see that real-time address cleaning level. This basically it's a kind of optional, you can put that. Even we cannot do much here, but structure defined is important here. Means for example every country has their own address style, correct? For example if you come to India, basically how the India country, state, city, town or mandal, whatever you can call it, under village. Okay, this is how basically the structure, address structure for India. Same way for whatever you wanted to do here in case US, state, county, city, and postal code. Okay, this way basically you can go ahead and see all the details. Okay, for all the countries, how the structure is defined. And here hierarchy defined, basically how the hierarchy. See, just see here under country, United States, hierarchy, right? How the system, same way like, positions hierarchy, how it is there, same way like, based on the experience, the hierarchy there, right? Same way, as I mentioned, first country, under which country we have a state, under state we have a county, under which we have a city, under which we have a postal code. This is how the address structure is defined. Okay, so just if in case you wanted to see that information and all, you can come here and you can search that.
So this is already predefined, correct?
Correct.
We are not going to
It's by default, it's going to be available. In case something if you wanted to modify, yes, we have option to modify that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, in
Okay.
case you wanted to add something, yes, you can go ahead and add that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Once just a save and close and come here. This is one of the important area, last one, which we need to see. Just wait, it's just saving and closing. Mostly 99% of the cases, Oracle is gonna taken care of all this. Okay, no need to bother about that. But just you guys should understand the process, how where I can go ahead and search with that and all. Okay, see, validation defined. This is very, very important. For example, here, if I wanted to if I wanted to enter whatever the name, example, zip code, something like this, RL state, maybe something like this. Okay, city in case something like this, or city, county, something like this. Okay, if I wanted to enter,
You
I
won't
can go
able to
ahead.
save.
yeah, I cannot able to save, but I can able to enter. For example, if I disable this, I can go ahead and enter whatever the way I wanted to enter. I can go ahead and enter that. Example here, if I try to save also, that will be allowed to save. Okay. Here, this validation is very, very important. If you validated, for example, tomorrow, once the tax activity which you wanted to configure, if you don't disable this, sorry, if you don't enable this, if you disable this, tax is not at all going to be validated. For example, if you wanted to define the tax rules based on your location, system is not at all going to be recognize that. So this is one of the important area need to check all
So
these
tax
are,
suggestion as well.
yes,
Okay.
enabled or not. Okay. So until unless if you are not clear on this, maybe you cannot understand, okay, whatever which I am entering, I can able to see the, I can able to enter, I can able to save, but where is the validation? Why it is accepting? So this here would be the control. Okay. This is how you can go ahead and verify all the details related to your geographical information. We are not going to do much, but as a consultant should know what different activities which are available here in case if I wanted to add anything, how to add that. If I wanted to put some kind of validation, how to put that. Okay. Everything can be managed from your manage geographies. Okay. With this, so all the fundamental discussion which I would like to cover, I'm done with that. So far, in case if you have any questions, please you can raise or else let's move on to the actual topics discussion. Okay, so far so clear, guys, everyone, please.
Yeah, so far so clear.
Yes.
Okay, well, now let's move on to the actual configuration. As you guys are aware, we are going to cover all these 5 modules along with these ages. Okay, in case one or two topics, maybe in case based on the need and all, maybe we can consider. But as a trainer, what I can commit is whatever which are available under this sheet, I'm going to cover that. Okay. So, well, first, the configuration. Basically, this configuration, you can call it as a basic and common configuration list. This will be help us to start doing the transaction process, your journals, means general related transactions, as well as this can be used or this can be mandatory configuration. Once you've done this only, you can go ahead and perform your all your subledger configuration as well as your transaction process. Okay. If I complete all this configuration without doing this also, I can go ahead and start doing the configuration for AP also. Okay. Well, okay. How many ways I can go ahead and do this configuration? Can I go ahead and do the configuration, manual configuration? Or else I can go ahead and do the configuration through rapid sheet. How to do that? There are multiple ways to do that. One is with standard process like through manual. Another is with rapid implementation sheet. How to download, how to prepare the data and all, we are going to discuss the detail. What I would like to demonstrate first is rather going to directly for rapid process, I would like to complete the manual process. By that time, you guys can understand what is the navigation for each activity. Whenever I do the rapid process, in case if I stuck somewhere, by this time you understand the navigation process. For example, structure deployment is completed or not. You can go ahead and verify the structure activity by navigating from this task. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do the configuration. Before start doing the configuration, I would like to demonstrate on the enterprise structure. What is enterprise structure? Any one of you, please? Anyone?
See, let's say, for example, I will just give the example of one of the group. Taj Hotels, which I have worked for. So let's say, for example, Taj Hotels. So under Taj Hotels, there is a multiple hotels was there. So at that time, Taj Hotel was their enterprise structure. After that, IHCL was legal entity. That is Indian Hotel Corporation Limited. Taj Hotel was a group. IHCL was the legal entity, and under IHCL legal entity, they have a multiple hotels. So that is defined as an operating unit. And along with that, they have used one ledger with the one legal entity. So entire that structure is called the enterprise structure.
Correct. You are correct. Basically, enterprise structure is nothing but whatever you said, that is correct. So in general, how it is gonna work. Okay. So let me demonstrate on that. Okay. So basically here, when it coming to enterprise structure, let's take enterprise. Okay. Then later, under which division. Of course, it's not a mandatory. Okay, it's not, it's optional thing. Then later, primary ledger. I'm giving in simple definition, guys. Okay, you guys can understand better. Okay, legal entity. Business. Business unit and operating unit both are same. Okay. Business unit we are calling in cloud, and operating unit in EBS hardware. Terminology is different,
Business
but
unit in cloud, operating unit is in correct.
yes, correct. Yeah. And then inventory organization. I'm trying to explain total flow. This would be the generic structure. Let's take enterprise, Tata Limited or Reliance Limited, whatever you wanted to take, you can go ahead and take that. See, enterprise is going to be a mandatory thing, a divisional under which you wanted to have a divisional like APAC division, US division, UK division, okay? And EMEA division, example I'm taking, okay? And primary ledger, US primary ledger.
UK primary ledger.
Yeah, US primary you can take, okay. So here under US primary ledger, we have some two legal entities, just consider that, okay? USLE1, USLE2, under which, let's take only with simple example. Then later, USBU1, US, okay? And with some California and Atlanta. Some these are like sub inventory. Okay. Basically, whenever you guys are going to define any organization, first you need to understand the structure, how it is. Basically, here I'm taking as a Tata Limited. Tata Limited is called as a enterprise, or else you can take it as a Taj Group, or else you can take that as a like Reliance Industries, whatever. Division is nothing but APAC division, US division, UK division, EMEA division. Of course, if you wanted to track this as a division wise, you can go ahead and track that. Of course, it's not a mandatory thing. It's an optional thing. Under this, you need to define your ledger. Ledger is nothing but basically you can record all the transaction related to your company from the ledger. Of course, and one more thing. These are all like a interlinked to this. Okay, this would be it's going to be start like, sub inventory you need to map to inventory organization. Inventory you need to map to business unit. Business you need to map to your legal entity. Legal entity you need to map to primary ledger. Primary ledger you need to map to this division, respective division. This division you need to map to your enterprise. Okay, this because I so far whatever the clients which I worked, I never come across on the division part. But let's go ahead and just consider that this is our structure. Okay. Well, so remember, under this enterprise structure would be one. Under this enterprise structure, I can have a multiple ledgers. One is for US ledger, another one is for UK ledger, another is for Singapore ledger, and all. Under one ledger, if you wanted to track or if you wanted to assign multiple legal entities to one ledger, yes, that can be possible. But you cannot map multiple ledgers to one legal entity. No, that won't work. You need to map US legal entity 1, US legal entity 2, or US legal entity 3. There is no control. If you wanted to map 30 legal entities, you can go ahead and map that. Under which Under this LE1, you wanted to map multiple BUs. Yes, US BU2, USB BU3. This way, you can go ahead and map that. Same way for inventory organization as well. Okay. This is how the structure need to be defined in the system. Okay. Is that clear enterprise structure on this, or any questions? Any one of you, please. How the structure is going to work. Let's take your simple understanding, whatever the company you wanted to take, or else you can take your current organization which you guys are working for. That way also you can understand that. Not a problem.
I have one question over here. See,
Please.
until what I understood is that until EBS actually, you don't have any concept called the default business unit. So currently what happened, you can create, earlier what happened, one legal entity, one operating unit only. But now, if with the one legal entity, and you want to create the multiple legal entity, one business units. Let's say, for example, I have created one business unit for the AP invoices purposes, but at the same time, I have a multiple legal entities because I am processing the invoices for the multiple legal entity. So that is also possible with the same business unit. Earlier was not the case. Am I correct?
No. See, business legal entities would be one. Under legal entity, you can have a multiple business unit by saying that, okay, for example, let's take US legal entity one. Just take that, okay? And BU1 is for procurement related, okay? BU2 is for only invoices can do. BU3 for payments can do, okay? This is how you can able to map, okay? The legal entity would be one, but where can have a control and all we are going to discuss. Okay, if I wanted to restrict only one BU to this legal entity, yes, we have an option to restrict that. Or else, if we wanted to consider all these three BUs to legal entity, we have option to restrict that. We are going to see that, okay? But the concept wise, it's remains same, but only here, the thing is, here it's kind of, if you wanted to do a kind of centralized process by maintaining one BU also, it's going to be possible. Okay, only one BU would be enough to perform everything. That is also possible.
Understood. But let's say, for example, just now you have given the example of BU1 is for procurement, BU2 is for invoices. Okay. Now I have a US primary ledger and I have a three legal entity, US LE1, LE2, LE3. Okay. So for the BU2 is invoices, and that is producing the invoices for all three legal entity. So that is also possible. I can change the legal entity at my invoices level. So let's say, for example, BU2 is processing the invoice for all three legal entities. That is also possible, correct?
Correct. That is available. Yes. If you wanted to map one BU to multiple legal entities, yes, that is also possible. Yes, we have a control there. We'll see that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, please? Happy Upadhyaya, Shivani, Siripan, Sonu, Srikanth, Arya. All are clear or any doubts, please? Okay. I'm considering that no questions. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and define that. So basically, you guys are aware this enterprise information and division information is not at all going to be part of our financials, but I'm going to demonstrate you how basically it looks like. Okay. We are not going to do, even HCM team also not going to do, but just I will show you. Okay. This default is going to be available, but you can just update the naming convention. That's it. Okay. So let's say search. Just because tracking purpose, just we are trying to, as I mentioned, knowing the task name is one of the important area, guys. For that reason, how it's very tough to remember all the task name with everything, right? For example, if I try search with some manage chart of accounts, okay. So these are all some generic, but when it coming to some other activities, maybe it's very tough to manage and all. For that reason, safer side, it will be helpful for you also. So to know the navigation by seeing this also, you guys can make a note, or else if you wanted to make a note later on, it's up to you. But this would be one of the important area to know. Yesterday I said, if you are aware with the task names, I can say 20 to 25% of the job you can able to manage. That kind of importance we have. Okay. So let's go ahead and search with your manage enterprise HCM information. This task name, you wanted to search with that. See here. By default, it's available here. Okay, no need to do anything. But in general, in real time, these can be taken care by the HCM team, Human Capital Management team. Okay, so let's give the naming convention, whatever the naming convention you are following, you can update that. We have option to update that. This can be one-time activity. Okay, value must enter here. It's not accepting. Copy paste is not accepting. This you can consider this. Okay. Just you can update such a way. Okay. You can go ahead and update. Of course, it's a one-time activity, guys. Remember. Okay. So here, this would be one-time activity. For example, here, if you see, this is going to be one-time activity. Tata Limited, you wanted to update, you can go ahead and update that. If whatever the organization which you are working for, you can go ahead and update. Location, everything, you can update here. You are not doing anything because you guys are aware this can be part of HCM team. But as a consultant, just we should know where the enterprise structure information can be updated and all. Okay, just say submit it. Here in test instance, everyone coming here updating the naming convention how they want. But in real time, this we never go and we never see this. Okay, just say done. Just said manage divisions also. I wanted to show you the task name. Okay, for example, if you wanted to create, you can create, or else if you wanted to search with any location, you can search it. Let's just say click on create. See here, the naming convention, the internal address, status, and the action reason, and the location, which is related to. And just click on next, and just you can submit that. The location also can be updated here. Okay, so just say cancel it. It's not mandatory, of course, even though if it's in case if the organization want to use this as a financial consultant, we never touch that. Okay, this can be handled by the HCM team, Human Capital Management team can be taken care. Let's come here. Where is our Excel? Second. One second, guys. Okay. Can you see the screen now? Can you see it? Please
Yes.
confirm in here. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well. So I'm tracking the date also for your reference. Okay. Guys, in case if you wanted to dig more on that, please spend some time. Okay, whatever which you are discussing, don't be, restrict with this. Okay, knowing more things on each area, it's always advantage, advantage for you. So here the process wise, keep in mind the time and the duration and the topics which are covering. I will try to elaborate as much as and simultaneously do some more analysis to enhance to get a full understanding on the particular activity level. That way, you will be in a situation to get a good understanding end-to-end activities of each area. Okay. So just whenever you do practice, just segregate such a way like first 15 days, focus on general ledger. Next 15 days, focus on AP. Next 15 days, focus on AR. If you plan such a way, within 3 months, within 3 months, definitely you will get a good understanding on each module. Okay, as I mentioned, take 2 modules, whatever the modules you wanted to, whatever you feel comfortable, take 2 modules based on your experience, previous experience and all. Get good understanding of the 2 modules. Other 3 modules, just understand the standard functionalities, how the configuration, what are mandatory configuration, what the transaction process, how it is, working and all. That way, you can just get a process. Okay, I mean the idea on the process. Well, next. So whenever you guys are going to define any activity related to your general ledger, first 4 C's are very, very important. What are those 4 C's, guys?
Chart of accounts, calendar, currency, and accounting convention.
COA, accounting calendar, and currency, and accounting. Okay. Well, first we'll go ahead and define one by one. These 4 C's are mandatory configuration if you wanted to define your ledger. If I wanted to define a ledger without having this, I cannot able to define ledger. Okay, for that reason, I am doing the configuration. Whenever you start working on the project, whatever the way which we tracked here in real time, also the same way information can be updated. Either here I've updated like, in the respective line by line. For example, in the real time, like, in case BR100, what they are going to do, example here, they're going to update like as a accounting calendar. Then here, accounting method. So here, what it's gonna be there, they are gonna update with the navigation. What is the naming convention they have used? What is the start date? Everything can be updated. That you can call it as the BR100 document. Okay, business requirement document. Okay, just I am removing just for your understanding. I have just shown you. Okay, well, calendar. Basically, the purpose of the calendar is to record the transaction with a given date. For example, if I wanted to record anything in the system, either invoice or maybe transaction or maybe payment or maybe receipt or any general or any reconciliation activity, date is a mandatory thing. How the date information can be captured? By calendar only. How to define the calendar in the system? We are going to see that. This is one of the 4 C's activity which we are trying to perform. Let's go ahead and perform your calendar. How to define your calendar? Let's come here. First activity which we are doing, okay? So either of the ways, you can go ahead and do it from here or else from here. Mostly we can do it from here, okay? Manage accounting. I know the task names and all, hence I'm searching directly. But see here, I miss the spelling here. If you see, when I try to search, here no tasks are associated with this functional area, okay? Accounting. So spelling is also very important, guys. Manage accounting calendar. See here. If you enter something wrong, it's automatically throw the error. Manage accounting calendar. Well, so here, don't confuse whatever which are available in the system. This is a test instance, same like us, n number of people are created. Okay. So as I mentioned, we need to follow one naming convention. It will be easy for you to get all the information, or if you wanted to search any information, you can go ahead and search it. If you don't follow any naming convention, it's very tough to follow that. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with the calendar configuration. Here, I wanted to use the naming convention like AUGN. Whenever you do your practice, you can go ahead and...
Sir, you are not going to use that rapid implementation sheet?
We are going to use that. First, I wanted to explain manually. By the time you guys understand the navigation, if I go and directly show the process and all, it's very tough to, navigation, and in case you stuck somewhere, how to do that, right? Okay. It's going to take hardly 2 sessions or 1 session. Okay. Guys, I'm here to give you best training, okay? Better training till possible extent. Please just follow me, okay? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Don't think about like, maybe rapid. We'll try to we'll cover that. But if I for me, it's a half an hour activity to prepare the rapid sheet and prepare the data. and upload it, and I can go ahead and query each and every activity and all. But no, I wanted to show you, elaborate on each area, then later we can do rapid process. By the time it will be easy for you. Okay. Well, let's just say, add it. The naming convention. As I said, the naming convention, I'm following everything with this naming convention. Okay. So I'm giving like us this. When it coming to EBS, this is very, very simplified, the calendar definition. So I wanted to use
EBS is bit complex, correct?
Correct. It's very, very complex. Compared with this cloud, it's very, very simplified. Okay. So here, and period frequency, it's either monthly, weekly, quarterly, whatever. So monthly, not even 99%, 100%, they are going to use monthly only. Okay. So user defined prefix, yes, that's fine. And period, first period, obviously, whatever the period which you take, you can see that. The format is YY.
Okay, which format we need to
we
use?
want to
Either,
use
okay.
Yeah. And here, budget control only. This is something you can put a cursor here. You can see the definition. This, in case you wanted to use the same calendar budget, you can just enable that. So we are not going to use that. So just adjustment period. Here you can see adjustment period is basically which we are going to use in case any transaction which are missed. For example, let's take January to December. There are some couple of transactions which are missed. There is a concept called adjustment period. If you wanted to enter anything in that particular adjustment period for the missed transaction, or in case any deleted things and all, you can adjust here. Okay. So how you wanted to do? Either you wanted to do this adjustment period once at year end, or else once at mid-year and twice at year end. Okay. We have different options, twice at year end, and none you wanted to maintain. Everything you can select the option. But yet the
Mostly
recommendation
it's quarterly or once at a year end only, correct?
Yeah. Basically, Oracle recommends once at year end, we can use that, because this will be helpful for the audit purposes as well. If I give a flexibility quarterly and all, so they can enter miss, transaction and all, again, they are come here, simply they try to adjust and all. So to do best exercise and to avoid this kind of issues, always go ahead with the once at year end. So next, just say next here. Okay. The moment once you click on next, what it's going to do, see here, it's very, very simple. Automatically, the date.
Automatically defined, system is defined auto.
You can see here, calendar, January, started automatically. So guys, one more thing, as a functional consultant, we are trying to do the configuration for our financial modules, but in the back end, everything is already developed. Here we are trying to do the configuration based on our requirement. You are not going to do some kind of technical things and all. No. Here functionally we are doing the configuration. How the function should be run, how the calendar should be followed, how the ledger should be generated, how the legal entry should be generated, how the transactions are generated, how the reconciliation can happen, how the period close activity happen. So everything we are trying to perform the function which can be used from the end user perspective, from the business standpoint. Okay. So here nothing need to do. I can say it's no technical dependency here. No need to learn something technically, queries and all. No, it's everything is already well developed, the application. We are here trying to do the configuration based on that. Based on if you know the configuration, whenever you work for the support project, once the configuration completed, the project went live, you need to work for the supporting projects, right? So if you know all this, it will be very easy for you to fix the issues. Okay. So when here the calendars, everything which is updated, if you see here, this adjustment period, basically it's adjustment period is
enabled. It's automatically updated adjustment period as well.
Okay. Yes. In EBS, it's very, we need to enter everything manually and it's very tough. And of course, there is other way to do through WebADA, but here it's very simplified. For example, here, just save it. In case if you wanted to add the next year, just click on just add button. That's it. Automatically, it can be. When I started working as my, end user role, I used to open the periods. I used to add the periods. It's very tough creating the periods for 10 years at a time. Almost 2 hours activity, 3 hours activity. Now it's simply, see here, just I click on add here. The 2025 also will be added. See here, it's added. Just save it. Again, come here. Okay, just say on. Okay, it's still loading. Okay, just wait. See here, 24, 25. Which one you wanted to query? You can go ahead and query that. Same way you can query that. Query and you can add that whatever, okay? Particularly if you wanted to search any period here.
So simply we are just adding here only. Okay, here. No need to
Exactly.
even upload.
Exactly. So correct, you're correct. So here, if you see, this is something in case if you wanted to query any particular period, this is one of the query by example. Okay, this can be available in all the areas. Okay, just example, if you wanted to search only January 24, you can search with that. This you wanted to export to Excel, yes, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, in case if you wanted to see any other activities like show all, you can go ahead and see that all the tasks which are available here. In case you wanted to this, for example, if you wanted to disable this, you can able to disable this. End date is not available here. Okay, so if you wanted to add again, show all the fields will be available here. Okay, and just say enter it. Well, this is how we can go ahead and verify the details. And also, who has created this? You can see here about this record. We has done this dash updated by 224.24, 242. This basically US timing system is going to be considered. Okay, and created by this, updated by this. Okay, here also you can able to search with the person names, who has done, means person in the sense individual, like who has done that. Okay, just say save and close. Okay, well, calendar definition is done. So in case if you have any questions, please. Okay, nothing to much on the calendar area. Okay, the same, I'm telling you, right, it's very, very simplified in all the concepts related to your cloud area. But knowing the process, knowing the task, understanding the concept, understanding the business requirement is very, very important. Okay, and enabling the currencies, this is also very simplified compared with your EBS. Don't confuse, guys, in case someone is not from EBS background. EBS is nothing but enterprise business suite R12. Prior to cloud version, we used to have. Still most of the clients are using. Clients have started migrating to the cloud. Hence, the opportunity wise, there are many opportunities going to become maybe in the next 1 or 2 years. It's very tough by 2028 or 2029. It's very tough to get a consultants. Okay, because the demand would be very huge. Okay, just go ahead and search with that. Manage currencies here. Okay, just click on that. Every task I updated here. But in case if you wanted to refer, you can go ahead and refer that, or else whenever you do practice, go ahead with the recording session so that you can go ahead and do that. When it coming to EBS, we used to add the currencies and all, but here all the currencies by default it will be available. Just say click on search. No need to query anything. For example, if I wanted to search with USD, yes, I can go ahead and search with that, or else I can go ahead and search with that INR, or else I can go ahead and search with that GBP. I'm taking some few primary currencies. Yeah, and Singapore HKD dollars, THP Thailand. Okay, some AUD Australian dollar. I can see here. Okay. So here, just you need to ensure that whatever the currency or whatever the country which you are gonna implement for. Okay. So you need to just ensure this is, for example, is a test instance. Okay. In case if someone is disabled this, or else someone is annotated this, okay, this cannot be available. This cannot be, even if you select that also, currency is not at all gonna be available here. For that reason, just you need to come here and you need to just ensure this is enabled or not. In test instance, everyone try to play based on their practice, exercise and all. But in real time, no one is gonna touch that. Whenever you start working on a project, it's gonna be very unique thing. It's you never go and touch all this. Just you can come here and you can see that. That's it. You never do disablement and all. Here someone try to disable this and how the functionality working and all. That kind of exercise people may do, but never, it's not at all recommended. Come here, some features like, which are available in the system default, you never authorized to do that, because it's gonna be impacted lot many users. Okay, if you wanted to test that functionality, yes, that's a good thing, but if you really wanted to do that, you can do, and immediately you can come back and you can put that as it is, so that it will not disturb to anyone. Okay, just say save and close. This is how you need to come here. No need to define anything. In case if you wanted to add a new currency, in case, just assume that some currency is introduced which is not available in the system, you can come here and you can define it. It's very, very simple. Okay, but 99.99% all the currencies which are going to be available by default. Okay, see here. Well, this is how we need to complete your currency definition. Just ensure our currency is USD, right? Let's ensure that is enabled or not. Okay, perfect. It's available. Well, available and enabled. Well, next. Okay. Next, whenever you wanted to define any structure, first value set, you need to define that. Basically, the definition of value sets are gonna be determine the future of these segments. Okay, just understand the value set, why we are defining, how it is interlinked to your segment while defining the structure and all. We'll see that. Okay. Whenever you guys are going to define, chart of account structure is one of the area, and it's very, very important and finalizing the segment structure, where chart CY is nothing but chart of account structure of the organization. How many segments you wanted to use that? Either you wanted to use 3 segments, 4 segments, 5 segments, 6 segments, or 30 segments. We can use up to 30 segments. COA, you may get a question also. How many segments can I able to use? Till 30 we can use. But the recommendation is max you can use by 9 segments. 9 segments. So let me list out the segments here, few segments, okay, which would like to. Obviously, company is a mandatory segment. So which company you wanted to track that? Other one is account. Which account the general entry is going to be hit. Okay, these two are mandatory. We need to assign the segment labels or FlexiFill qualifiers to these 2 segments. Okay. Without doing this, you cannot able to complete your configuration of your chart of account structure. As I said, 30 you can define. 9 would be, recommended max case. Okay. When it coming to training, we are going to use some 3 to 4, because if I put up more segments, it's going to be time consuming activity. Whenever I enter the code combination and all, it's going to be time consuming activity. So let's stick for 4 or 5 segments. Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm getting a call. Okay, then. So here, the company and account, those 2 are mandatory. And you can use the department. Department can be used in case you wanted to track the assets. Okay, and department wise, yes, you can go ahead and use that. And you can use company, department, account. And you can, if you wanted to use a product also, you can go ahead and use that. Or else you can use directly future segment. Okay, future segment basically
Intercompany.
No, intercompany, we are gonna, I'm gonna take that scenario separately. Okay. Whenever
No, I mean segment wise.
Yeah, intercompany, yeah, we can take that. Intercompany, you can take that. Product, you can take that. Line of business, you can take that. Okay. So there are different, segments which you have. You can take that. Okay. Here we are, okay. Just assume that I wanted to explain about future. Today, company decided go ahead with, let's assume that 3 segments. In future, based on the business expansion, not sure, there are some segments to be introduced. In that case, what it's going to be happen? So it's not at all going to be do or edit anything which are already completed the configuration. Okay. Sorry guys, yeah. So here, future segment, basically, we are creating this. Keep in mind that in case in future, business may require any other segment to be added. Okay, for that reason, we are trying to add that as a future. Always recommend whenever you do the company, any company configuration, recommend 2 feature segments to be available in the system. You need to configure that so that it will be helpful for them. Okay. So just you wanted to do, of course, in training, I'm going to consider one, but in real time, you need to recommend for 2 segments. Okay. As a future 1 and future 2, because we may not sure, right? In the case business, they wanted to introduce something new, or maybe in case reporting wise, if they wanted to create something based on the need, they may request for that. For that reason, we are going to recommend future 1 and future 2. So when it coming to our training, we are considering with these 4 segments. One is with company, one is with account, one is with department, one is with your future segment. Okay. We need to define all these value sets. Then later, by using the value set, we need to define your structure. Then later, you need to define your deployment. Okay. Is that clear? So far, so clear? Are any doubts, guys, on this area, whatever the configuration which you have started?
Clear.
Okay. So with this, I would like to stop the session. Okay, for today. Tomorrow, we will complete all this configuration, and also I will explain about your rapid process sheet. I will download and I will explain that day after tomorrow. Friday. Okay, tomorrow is Friday. Okay, Saturday, if everyone is okay, we'll have a session, or else we'll continue on Monday. Okay, tomorrow we'll target to complete all this. Definitely we'll complete this. It's a very straightforward activities. Once this is completed, based on the time availability tomorrow, we are gonna discuss about RI sheet. Then later we'll start working on the direct transaction process of GL. Rather going to AP, we'll go one by one module. Okay. Is that clear, or any questions?
Sir, I have one question.
Please.
So normally, as per your experience, mostly, I mean, for the setup per perspective, setup is only for the one-time activity. Of course, the values and are definitely had some job. But mostly the setup we can create manually. There is no problem at all. I mean, it's not like every time we require implementation sheets. As far as setup is concerned, there is a one-time activity. So we can create even with the navigation stuff as well. Of course, the value like chart of account values, definitely we require some sheets. But apart from that, it's fine to even create with manually as well. Correct? It won't take that much time.
Correct. Maximum cases, I can say 60 to 70% of the clients are gonna do through manual process. Remaining 40 or 30% are gonna be recommended for RA process. Okay. So it's not
So let's say
mandatory. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say, for example, values we can only create with the rapid implementation sheet. Otherwise, the basically this all ledger and all options we can even create manually. That is
Manually.
not at all
Not much
issue.
value. Correct. You're correct. Yes. Either of the ways you can do that. Okay. Either you wanted to do everything through manual process, yes, you can do, or else you wanted to only the value set values, you wanted to upload through rapid process, yes, we can do that. Either of the ways it can be happen. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. No problem. So in case if you guys have any questions, Srikant, Sonu, Siripon, Happy, Arya, Rahim, Nivetra, any questions? All of you are clear?
Sir, I have a
Yeah.
quick question.
Please.
So today it's my first class, but since last week I was attending another class for the Fusion Technical Consultant training. I'm sure the teacher name was Vasu was there, and till FSM setup I was last attended. the class, but I mean I'm not sure today what is the course syllabus. Is it a pure functional training going on, or is a technical full-time technical HCM training? So I'm little confused because last we attended that was purely a technical thing.
So, okay, I will tell you, this is
Different for me.
totally functional training related to our 5 financial modules, majorly GL, AP, AR, FA, and cash management. Okay.
Mhm.
Apart
Okay.
from this, we are going to cover AGIS, okay, Advanced Global Intercompany also. We are going to cover that, what we committed.
Mhm.
Okay. With this, so technically dependency is reduced, technical consultant. So this can be used and this can be mandate to use any kind of organization for the financial track. But
Mhm.
the here we are covering related to Oracle Cloud on Oracle Cloud ERP. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But my concern is that I was attending a different class. But today I spoke to Prasad and he told me that class is started, Mohammed. You can join. So that's why I just started. And is over here is the topic is totally different. It's functional class. But as I said earlier, that I was involved or I was joining the a different
So, okay, got it, got
team
it. So,
technical
okay,
team.
okay, got it. You wanted to attend the technical training, correct?
Yeah.
Basically, you need to get a correct Zoom link. That's it. Simple. Simple. Here, the people are
Mm-hmm.
joined here because this Zoom link is dedicated only for me related to our financials. Same way, every trainer will have one dedicated link like technical, OIC and all. So you can go ahead and directly, join the session. Okay, get a proper correct link. Just say that, okay, maybe I'm not sure who shared this link. I have just basically I joined Niva's session on financial cloud, functional. So I wasted almost 1.5 hours there. So maybe I at the same time I missed the session for related technical. So it will be problem for me. Can you convey with the correct Zoom meeting so that they are gonna guide you? Okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much for this clarification. I'm dropping now, and I'll try to join a different class.
Sure,
Thank you
sure.
so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah.
Bye bye.
Okay. So any other questions, any one of you, please, guys? Otherwise, shall we conclude and shall we close the session for today?
Divas,
Yes, please.
yeah, transaction process is also like a setup or it is the
No,
transaction.
no, transaction process. By doing this, all this configuration, if, for example, today we have seen calendar and currency is a configuration, correct? Value sets and all.
Mm-hmm.
These are all the transaction process. By using the configuration, you can go ahead and create the journals and like how to do the auto reversal, how to do the data access, set everything is going to be transaction process.
So
Okay.
setup
First
part
of
is only the column that you are showing under B column, correct?
Correct. These are all the transactions. Not only for this module, all the modules we are approaching the same way. These are all the configuration. These are all the. As a consultant, you should know what is configuration, what is transaction process, how it is interlinked to everything and all. So yeah. Okay.
Like transaction process means what I understand. Like in the GL, you are showing how to create the general ledger, how to post that general ledger, correct?
Correct. Journals, not general ledger. Journals
Yeah,
is the
generals, yeah.
ledgers. Yeah, and how to create a secondary ledger, how to do the translation, how to verify the balances, how to generate the suspend journal, how to run the general day report, and how to delete the journals, how to copy the journals, what is account aliases, what is a voucher number, and all we are gonna see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, got it. Yep, got it.
Okay. So by this, I would like to conclude the session for today. And take care. We'll see tomorrow, the same time. And as I mentioned, please try to speak with Prasad on the enrollment. I guess today is the last day. Tomorrow onwards, there is no chance to allow you guys in case any exceptional cases. So please talk with Prasad and get it done on the enrollment in case any challenges or any conditions you wanted to please talk with him. Condition in the sense like any financial thing you wanted to talk, please talk with him and get that sorted before end of the day today so that they are going to share the updated meeting links to you guys. Okay, so take care and have a good day. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.